Aha. I am here. It was a prank. I'm sorry. It was an elaborate troll on my end. I didn't know what to do for the intro, so I decided to do nothing and see what you guys would think. I won't do it again. It was a crazy idea. But welcome back to the Minecraft Guide, episode 9 now. Super excited to do this one. We have two big finals today, and I'm sure some of you guys won't like one of them. So we'll start with the good one first. This is probably the last 1.14 episode. Like we're done with this version after this, which is a good thing. We're done with 1.14 because 1.14.1 should be releasing Monday if everything goes well. So we'll definitely update to that version and maybe check it out next episode. I don't think there is too many new things, but we should definitely check that out. And then the final thing. You see, it's nighttime, so I should sleep. Take a look at this map. I filled it in a little bit more, and yes, I'm stalling. The other final thing is that this is probably the last episode, the last full episode at least, over here at the cave base. I know a lot of you guys, or at least some of you, are not going to like that. I've seen some concern and questions or comments saying, stay here forever, but we can't. We need to move on to bigger and better things. We found our new base location that way last episode, and so it's time to tie everything up over at this base so we can move on to more farms and, well, farms in general. We will be diving into more of that stuff soon. So that is the only goal today. We need to wrap everything up at this base so we don't have to really worry about any unfinished projects. That's one thing that I'd like to definitely avoid in this series. So where we need to start has to do with access or, getting over to our base. So, when I explore, I run around and then I want to come back here and I have to swim across a river, which was really nice early on. We were safe from the patrols and everything, but now that we're, a little more established, it's a bit of a pain. So I think we need to throw a bridge in here. This is going to be the first bridge of this world, and the reason I say that is I love bridges. Bridges are really fun to do. Now, of course, it would make a little more sense, I think, to put the bridge over here, considering we're moving out that way, but the ground is so low, and then we have the ground like super high over there, and I'd have to do like a weird tunnel or a ladder or something like that. So I think doing a bridge here and just terraforming like 4 layers of blocks down would be a little bit smarter, or even pulling blocks out because of our farm. You see, I could move the bridge over here, but then it gets a lot longer. So, or would this be better? This might be the better spot to put it. Let's do that. Okay, so we'll do the bridge, I think on this layer. Now, bridges are fun to do, but there is a bit of a process that I recommend that you do. First, we'll need to definitely mark out where our bridge will go so we can easily move back and forth and actually work on this project. So this is that marking. Just build a straight line of blocks going all the way across, something just like this. So there we go. That's where our bridge will go. Then we need to figure out how wide we'd like our bridge. And this is going to be, a pretty major bridge. So I think I'd like to have at least a 3 wide bridge, maybe even a 5 wide. I think we could do a 5. Maybe a 3 wide. 3 wide should be good. Now on this bridge, I think I'd like to do like a grass flooring. So I probably should have done this initial beam in wood, but that's fine. I'm kind of low on dirt anyways, so I think I need to pull some out of this field. Now, I've been thinking a lot about this field as well, and this is one thing that we probably can't actually get done today because it's a very large project. But I think it would be neat to see this whole field over here transform into a wheat field. At least, the field around the river and near the cave, because we will have a road, and we'll start the road a little bit today, but the road will come, from the bridge and go off towards our future house or where our base will be. We're not doing the whole road, but some of it. And I think decorating this field would make everything feel even more complete over here, even after we have the bridge in and everything all tied up on the other side. Because even with the bridge in and finished and everything finished over there, the field would look really empty. And I think that would be a problem, especially now that we're actually connecting ourselves up to this field. So we'll need to do something over here. And I think a giant wheat farm would be really cool. And also having this much wheat just kind of growing and ready to go might help me later on once I am working on some of the bigger farms and projects that we'll be doing in this world, which is one thing that I'd actually like to talk about in this episode here today. So we've been off to a bit of a slow start, and that's kind of intentional on my part. But switching gears back to the bridge really quick. So we need to start the bridge somewhere, and that spot will be right here. I think we'll do oak beams and then some spruce planks on the build. Now, usually I like to separate my beams by 3 blocks, but we have a very large build here, so I think we'll go 5 blocks apart in between each beam. That way we can get some interesting arches going on down below the bridge. But taking a look at the bridge here now, I think I might need to widen it. It's so long, and with it being only 3 wide, it just doesn't look right. So we'll do this. That'll get 2 blocks wider, I think. You know, I don't usually do evens, but I think 5 wide is way too wide. So 4 should be our magic number. I'll make the bridge 4 wide, like that. I think that looks perfect. 5 was just way too wide. Okay, the beams are in, so now it's time to work on the arches that I'd like to do underneath these beams. This is something that we actually won't even see from the top of the bridge, but it's fine. I like to put a lot of detail into my bridges that just, I don't know. I take pride in these things, and so I think they should look good. But I think if we did something along the lines of this here, we would be good. So like, how did I do that? Doesn't help that the land is a little difficult to work with, but something like that. If we kind of connected each and every beam here with a bit of an arch, I think that would look good. And then we'll have to do something up top. I'm not too sure what that thing will be. Maybe we could do like a line of beams and then like fences. That could look cool, like oak fences, and then we have these beams, and then yeah, underneath here. And then I could even do, oh, I wouldn't be able to do that. I was going to say a fence. I don't think that'll work. And then as these beams start to get closer to the ground, I think we'll switch this stuff over to cobblestone. And don't worry, guys, I'll go back to the stone cutter to make my stairs for this thing. But we'll do like strong cement or cobblestone beams at the bottom, and probably come back in here with some stone to make those look a little better. But this will give our bridge tons and tons of support. I want things to make sense, and I think by doing this, the bridge definitely does start to make sense. On the inside of the beams, I think I'd like to do something with stripped spruce wood to connect everything. So we still have these brown tones, but everything isn't the same. I think that could look good. And then probably like a cobblestone bottom or something. Something needs to happen on the bottom of the bridge. Maybe like cobblestone slabs running all the way from side to side. I'm not too sure. But anyways, the farms. I know it's been a minute since I was talking about that, but the farms. I'm not only a builder. I do enjoy doing quite a bit of farms. I wouldn't blame you if you thought I was just like a builder type of player, because that's all we've really been doing so far in the series. But that's all because I believe in starting things off slow. I'm not a huge fan of like gold farm on episode 2 type thing. I think things should be paced properly, and so we will do the farms. It's just a matter of working towards it. Eventually, I'd love to get some crazy, like, efficient gold farms and witch farms and slime farms and just farms everything in this world, but that's an eventually. When people ask, Well, you're a new one, and you got caught in the boat. Oh, an acacia sapling. I mean, we don't have one. I'm sure we could find a savanna, though, so I'm going to have to pass, mister. You're spoiling stuff. We will be talking about the Wandering Trader later on, but this is the second one we're going to pass up for now. It's not time to do that. But anyways, when people ask me, you know, what should I do in my world? Where should I start? And how should I start? I always say start slow. I think diving into giant projects really early on in your world is never a good thing. If you tend to get burnt out, diving into a giant gold farm when you just started your world is probably going to not help you not get burnt out, you know? So, and if I'm being honest, from time to time, I start to feel a little burnt out of survival. So I need to pace things for myself, but also for you guys. I feel like it wouldn't be very cool or make too much sense to see me building a giant farm on like, day 3 or something. That's what's up with the farms and the pacing and everything. I've seen some questions about it, and yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and finish up the bottom beams here and get the stuff in, and then we can jump back in and work on some other stuff on the bridge and in this area. See, I do use it. Of course. You know, I do feel a little bad about trapping this guy in here, so there you go. Go. Get out of here. Go somewhere else, man. Go. Okay, so I have the bottom supports all in and done, and I think everything looks good. Next, I'll come in here with some andesite to break up these beams. It's not the best, but it looks worn, right? That's what I'm going for. Of course, usually I would be mixing in cobblestone, or mossy cobblestone, excuse me, but I just don't have the stuff yet, so for now, this will work. We really need to do a vine farm. Maybe that will be one of the first farms that we set up, because the stuff is so useful in how I like to build. But for now, this will do. So a little bit of andesite mixed in there. That'll help. And then after the andesite, we do stairs. Stairs need to go along the top of all of these beams here, like this, to kind of smooth the supports into the upper beams. Okay, so all of those are in, and again, the andesite's not the best look, but it's a look, and it'll have to do for now. So next, we need to do the bottom sides of our bridge, like down in here, and I think we could just do that with some cobblestone to sort of make that wall look finished, and then the same thing over here, just like that. That's good. Then I think these beams should be continued outwards on the other side here, because we have this weird connection, and I'm not a big fan of that, so I think we could do that, and then strip the log just like that, so we have that texture, the design. I think that's a really cool look. So now I'll do that on each and every little out beam thing, whatever you call this thing, like that. Okay, that's looking good, and then, well, we'll come back to that. The next thing that I need to do is this. This should all be lined, I think, with slabs, and then on top we'll do maybe 2 fences and then a gate on each one, almost to make like an arch or just something different, right? Like instead of all fences, or maybe we could do this. We could go like that, and then so there, and then straight there. That would make another arch from the side, which would look really cool. Let's try that. Because the fence won't connect, but that's actually fine. It doesn't need to. Do we like that? Yes, we do like that. Aha! This is the way. And by doing the side railings like this, we add in a little bit of depth to the top of the bridge, which is really nice as well. My plan, once the grass all fills in here, is to come back in and add some random path blocks in here to make it look like this bridge has been worn out and traveled. But of course, to do that, I need to wait for the grass to spread all the way across the bridge so I can actually do it correct. Oh no. How you strip logs is dangerous if you're not careful. Whoops. Okay, so there we go. We have the top of the bridge kind of finished. Not really, but kind of. Now back to the underside. I mentioned something earlier on about needing support under here, and that is exactly what we need. So I think I could come in here, and we'll start off with a little bit of a curve, and then we'll just kind of go all the way across the bridge and actually connect at these cross areas over to the side beams. We'll do this all with cobblestone slabs for now, and then eventually, if I can remember, I'll come back in here and mix some mossy ones in once we have a vine farm up and running. But that's the big thing, kind of stalling for now. I'm not a huge fan of how the andesite ended up looking on these beams, so that's why I'm not even going to bother with any andesite in this beam thing. All right, now perfect timing for this next step. We need lots of ingots, so which is made with iron, not coal. So there we go, and then lanterns. Oh yeah, for sure. And we will do lanterns on the bridge. I think I want them on the fence posts. Well, actually, they could sit on the ground too. Maybe we want them on the ground instead. I think the ground looks a little better. Yeah, let's do that. I'll place them randomly just to light the whole bridge up so we don't have any spawns on the thing. That should be good. And then we'll do something else on top of here, but I should probably go sleep. And we have an invisible dancing trader. Very nice. And finally, to cap off the whole bridge, we need trapdoors. I love doing trapdoors on bridges because I don't know, I think they round off these beams very well. So we'll place the trapdoors kind of going along the bridge, like these lines go long ways. I think that looks a little better. And then of course all the way down the other side. All right, so the bridge is good and done for now. Moving on to the path over here that I'd like to just start. So we'll have, path blocks going along the bridge, something like that. And then we'll have a road going probably along this here, right? Like winding this way and going off over there to go over towards our new home that doesn't exist yet. And I think the best way to do this will be lots of path blocks, of course, and then maybe some coarse dirt. I think coarse dirt would look good in here. I would mix wood as well, but I just don't know about the wood. So I need to go get some gravel. Oh, and over here. So let's see. We can take this out. Just move the bush. And unfortunately, I think this whole berry planter thing has to go. So we'll just get rid of all of this, and we'll say like path coming through here and going down to the bridge to go up and down over to this base. I think we should definitely smooth this out a little bit so we can go up and down easier. So something like this, and we'll just spill the bush down kind of like that or something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that looks fine. And yeah, smooth this out. So maybe if we, sort of have a grass path and coarse dirt block road going through here, I think things could look nice. Then probably like fences lining cliffs and rocks lining the road as well, and bushes. Eventually, this road will go all the way over to our new base, but we won't do this all today, and we won't do it all probably on camera. I'll almost certainly work on this off camera or on stream. I still do plan on streaming from this world. I've just been moving still, so I haven't had the chance to, but I will. It will be a thing, so yep. Now, I didn't really do any coarse dirt up by the base here along the paths, so I don't think I'm going to actually worry about it up there. We'll just sort of taper it off over here, and that'll be that with the coarse dirt. The coarse dirt will be more of a plain slash, road going off to the other base type of thing. And one more thing. Looking at the bridge, it looks great in my opinion, but it needs a little bit more. So if we place, I think, fences on all of these beams, that will be the more that I need. So can I reach that? No, I can't. So I'm thinking something like this for the road. We'll have, kind of the road running and then just fences with torches on them and rocks kind of lining the road so it's nice and decorated. The path will be very, very, rough and broken up. And if I continue to use all of these materials, the path should be pretty cheap to do too, which is good because it'll be long. It'll be maybe 400 blocks long or so I think this is the way to do it. But with the bridge done, we have one final thing that I think we need to do to our base, other than, of course, spreading more bushes around. The mountain over here looks pretty plain and pretty boring, and that needs to be changed. To change it, I think I can come in here with a little bit of coarse dirt and add in, like, dirt patches, right? And then over in the stone area, which I think I will leave, I can come in and add some cobblestone to sort of break things up. I'll probably pull most of the coal out. The diorite will definitely have to go, but basically the goal here is to terraform this whole mountain and in this area to make it look intentional and finished, and instead of just a gray mass of blocks that I didn't do anything with. I probably will pull the torches out, and I need to get the coal. I need to remember that. And I will also be adding in some streams. So something like that, sort of pouring out of the mountain in random areas, just to give a little bit more life to this whole build. But I think I've been rambling on and doing enough on camera for this episode, so I'm going to do a cut here, just throw this thing in, and when I'm done, you'll see me again. Wish me luck. Alright, well, I have one more thing that a lot of you guys kind of keep mentioning to me, and that is campfire with a hay bale underneath it. We should definitely add one for a little base marker in a way. So hay bale, there we go, and there. So now the smoke will go really, really high up into the air, and I should be able to sort of see this whole area from a ways away. But I think I'm decently satisfied with how this hill turned out. It's not much, but I think it's nice for early game, right? This sort of captures the whole early game vibe, I think, quite well. And I did a blue flag to match the blue thing that we have going on over there, and eventually we will definitely make a banner for this area, mark it on the map, everything good like that. But I think I have to let the berry bushes grow up, and that should be just about it for our little starter area today and kind of for the series in a way. So thank you guys for joining me on this early part of the series. I'm very excited to start on the actual base and farms and all of that good stuff very, very soon, as in next episode. And we'll be exploring 1.14.1 soon too, so keep your eyes out for that. My name is Wattles. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you liked and subscribe if you haven't. And then, of course, go have a good day. I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.